What's up guys, it's Spiderwolf back for another JJKPhantomparade video. So today we're going to be going over the monthly wish list. I know this is really late, so sorry about that guys. Been pretty sick for like the whole month of week of May. Anyways, before we get started out, I really appreciate you guys joining, like, subscribe. It would really help me out trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. With that being said, let's get right into this. So, as usual, we got 3 characters, 3 recollection modes, so let's get right into it. So I haven't chosen a character or recollection mode, so I can still show you guys the screen. But basically, of course, we got Megumi, we got Momo, we got Toto, and then these 3 regular spots at the bottom. I'd say in terms of characters-wise, Megumi is probably going to be your best pick. Momo's not too bad. She's an okay red DPS character, but she's kind of ass, not gonna lie. And then Toto, you know, he's always been kind of meh. But in terms of characters, I'd say Megumi's your best pick, especially if you don't have like a green DPS character. Go for Megumi. Now if you're liking a red DPS character, I guess you can go for Momo. She's not that bad, but she's still kind of shit, not gonna lie. She's still pretty bad. I remember when I saw her kit and I was very disappointed. I thought she was pretty bad. So if you do need a red DPS character, then I guess you could pick her, but we'll look at alternatives. But yeah, I'd say for characters, Megumi's number 1. As far as the recollection bits go, they're a lot better. This is gonna probably be your number 1 pick here, the dinner time. Second best pick would be this one for support, and then of course this is like your last pick. But we'll look at a little bit more details as to which ones you should pick up here from the JJKPhantomparade website. So of course we got Toto here. I don't think we really talked about him. I mean, he does have some SP buff stuff, but like I just don't think it's really worth it, to be honest. I just don't think he's really worth it in my opinion. I think it's just kind of eh. Momo here. Just damage here. She's able to buff her own damage by like a decent amount, 100% for 3 turns, and then increase one enemy's damage received by 10% for 3 turns. Big AoE damage hit on skill 3 from 600% at level 10. Ultimate here, mixed damage to 1 enemy. She can ignore darkness on the second hit. And then her hidden potential stage 2. She's able to just deal more damage, and then give herself a 50% damage buff as well as the allies. And then if her own HP is 70% or lower at the start of the turn, only one time during battle, she will recover her own energy by 10 for 4 turns, and she'll give herself another physical and jutsu step of 50%. Yeah, I mean, you know, she's not bad. I don't know, low-key, I don't know why I thought when I first saw her she was still pretty mid, but looking at this on like now, still kind of mid, nothing super crazy, especially compared to all the characters that we have now that do way more different things. I mean, she's not bad. I mean, still pretty good, I'd say, for the most part. Yeah, 400% melee physical for taijutsu, and then 1400% for the jujutsu part. So Char Ultimate's kind of cracked in that regard, so pretty good damage. But yeah, I think Megumi's still better personally. Megumi here, he does damage. He has divine dogs. They can ignore darkness, specifically the black one. They're based off his max HP. You can increase the enemy's jutsu damage received by 20% for green allies. The change version, once you have both the dogs, you give a bigger increase, which is going to be 30% now. And then for skill 3, you're able to increase your ultimate gauge. For skill 3, that when you have both the dogs, you deal more damage basically. You lower the selected enemy's damage by 10 to 20%, so they deal less damage to you. And then yeah, basically just better version of like the original skill. The ultimate here, if you have the white dog, you deal an extra 300% off the 500%, and then if you have both the dogs, or specifically the black one in this case, you deal 700% range damage. You increase the enemy's damage received by 45% for only green characters. You ignore darkness because of the black dog specifically, or that one ignores darkness. And then if you don't have any of them, then let me see. You recover your own cursed energy by 5. You increase ultimate charge rate by 30% for 3 turns, and then whenever you don't have the black dog, basically. When you pop the ultimate for hidden potential stage 2, you're going to be giving yourself a 40% damage buff as well for the ally, more damage, and then you're also going to be giving Megumi and the allies 3% critical hit rate, so for 3 turns. So that's pretty cool. And then we got his passives here, damage buff at the start of the turn, especially, and then it's effective whenever enemies in break. And then whenever you have divine dogs, you increase your own skill cursed energy cost, so by -5, so everything gets decreased. So this becomes 25 from 30, this becomes 20 from 25. And then dogs follow-up attack, so the dog can also follow up as well at the 55% chance. So basically every, like, you always have like a 50% chance for them to always attack one enemy, which they can ignore darkness. If an ally is attacking multiple enemies, they attack one random enemy. Then you also deal 100% range Jutsu damage to target enemy when you have the white dog summoned. But if you have the black one, same thing. But then you're also going to increase the enemy's damage received by Jujutsu damage received from green allies by 50% for 2 turns. So a little bit of debuffing, but mainly just more damage. So I don't know, I just need Megami. Like, look at this. He's literally doing more things here, especially for the team. Whereas Momo is doing like damage. Decent, you know, pretty good buff, 100% for 3 turns, so that's pretty good. You can stack that up. 1 debuff here for the enemy, 10%. Damage, and then something that like gives her a bit more damage, and then some cursed energy recovery. So I'm like, she's not bad, but like I just think Megami is just way better here. Offers more value to your team. And then for the recollect, like, you know, then if we go to the tier list, right, they put Megami more of a support character because he does do some support capability, so that's tier's fair. I think for damage is probably a high A, somewhere in maybe like mid S. I think it's pretty good, maybe even a little higher, but yeah, maybe a little higher on the S tier. And then of course we have the recollection material adult time, one of the best skills for mixed damage. You get a 75% damage buff for when you pop your ultimate, so that's pretty good. A little weaker compared to newer ones now, but still pretty good, I think. Mutual Trust. This one's going to be giving all allies damage reduction by 30% for 1 turn at an 8-turn cooldown, so a bit expensive, but at the start of the battle you also recover all allies' cursed energy by 10, so that's pretty cool with 1 dupe. The other one here is going to be a Jutsu focused one, so whenever you do a skill ultimate, you're going to be able to increase your Jutsu stat buff by 65% for 2 turns at a 7-turn cooldown, and then with 1 dupe you're going to be able to recover your cursed energy by 10. So, I mean, overall, I think personally, for me, in my case, I'm just gonna pick Momo. You know everything that I did say, right? I'm gonna pick Momo because I don't have her, because I already have everything else on this banner. But for you specifically, I think your number 1 pick is gonna be Megami. For recollection, it's gonna be adult time. But if you maybe don't, if you know, at that point, once you already have Megami and you have adult time, then I say just pick whatever you're missing, right? Which is the most obvious choice. Just pick whatever you're missing. Like in my case, I'm missing Momo, so I'm going to be picking her up. But yeah, hope that helps you guys out. So that being said, I'm going to catch you all later. Peace and take care, everybody.